Today is day 8 of our 21 Days to Prosperity, and it's also the beginning of the second week. So last week it was getting rid of some of the bad habits and leaning into things that are part and parcel of allowing us to see abundance and prosperity in order to create it. So the reason that we have to get rid of that bag of resentment we carry around or confrontation and all of that is that, the more that we can clean that pathway to our dreams and follow that pathway to our dreams and not be sidetracked with, swirling emotions and mud puddles that of the past, the easier it is going to be to get there. So that's part of why we are trying to get rid of the old ways of thinking, put in the new ways of thinking. And this week, we're going to be focusing more on even putting that out there in the world. Like it was a lot more introspective, things we're going to get rid of, things we're going to think of for ourselves. This week, a lot of what we're going to be doing now is actually actively practicing this in the real world. So today's mantra is peace. So as we go throughout the world today, keep peace top of mind. How can we create peace in every single footstep that we take? That means if we're driving, how can we create peace and not road rage? That means if someone comes at us very aggressively, whatever reason it is, whether it's our kids that are mad at us for something, or even our sacred beloved that's not happy with us for something, whatever it is, what can you do to create peace? Now, I don't mean that you don't stick up for yourself or anything like that. But today, more than anything, if you don't know how yet to lean into how you can create more peaceful outcomes, it would be important for you to take yourself off the battlefield, right? Just to learn how to do that. Now, last week we seeded the ground for an idea that the Dalai Lama has, which I think is a really good idea. Create a peace zone in your house. So today, at the end of today, if you don't have time this morning, go and find a place in your home where you can have a peace zone, where you can just feel at peace, whatever it's going to be in there, whether it's going to be music, inspirational posters, nice yoga mats, maybe a place for you to lie down, pillows, whatever it is going to be. Find a place where you can go in there and be inspired and create peace within yourself so you can create greater peace in the world. So today, again, peace is not a passive endeavor. It's an actual very active endeavor to say, even especially if someone's coming at you aggressively, to say, today I'm creating peace in my life. And whatever it is that you're really upset with, I do want to deal with it. But I would like the opportunity to think about it a little bit more before we do. And maybe it's something I'm going to contemplate in the peace zone. And can we have an appointment for tomorrow or maybe on the weekend? We'll take a walk and talk about it, whatever it is. You don't have to ignore things or frustrate the individual that would like to resolve something with you. And you also do not have to deal with it today, because today's focus is on creating peace and learning how to create peace and being at peace with things not being perfect yet, but that you can get there because you're starting to accumulate all of the tools that you need to be the creator in your life, as we talked about last week. So think peace all day long, actively, right? Like you should step in a room and feel like you are the great monk or the great lama in that room that is imbuing peace throughout all the individuals. You can walk by someone and, in Santa Monica, you have the opportunity a great deal because there's sadly a lot of homeless people here. So, you have the opportunity to practice peace giving. A lot of times, honestly, even if, like, I don't give out that much money because I feel like a lot of it goes for drugs and alcohol, and I just don't wanna support that, but I do, give them food, etcetera, but a lot of times, honestly, they just wanna be acknowledged, they don't wanna be ignored. So when I'm on a walk and I pass a lot of homeless people, I try to say, "Hey," and a lot of times they're telling me at first, "Hey, good afternoon, how are you?" And acknowledging that back to them, right? Um, it's amazing that how important it is for them to feel noticed. So, maybe again, how we've talked so much about noticing the details that make you happy. What if you're the detail that adds a little happiness to somebody else's life today? So again, think peace. And if you're confronted with something, take it to the peace zone first. Don't you feel like you have to instantly answer it and instantly resolve it, because it might require a greater thought. It might require um, orchestrating something a little different. We're talking about forgiveness and we're saying it's not going to happen instantly, right? So, how can I create the pathway to the outcome I desire? Still talking about a lot of those words that we learned last week, right? How can I create peace today? And I'll see you tomorrow.